Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Terra by Battat Dan LoRuso collection Acrocanthosaurus. I picked this dinosaur up from my local Target for $9.99. It is part of the Battat repaint series that Terra has been releasing of what are essentially 20-year-old dinosaurs that are being repainted in new paint schemes. Packaging here, as you can see, is the same as what we saw with the T-Rex. Quite nice. Kind of gives a look of a charter map sort of thing. You have a nice background there where the dinosaur is. Looks like some trees, mountains, sky with some clouds, and then some rocks down there at the bottom. The back of the box there gives you some good information about the Acrocanthosaurus. The side of the box has some holes and it says up, kind of giving it the look as if it might be like a crate containing the dinosaur inside, and it has those holes so that it could breathe. My husband pointed out to me that the packaging definitely looks like it has a go green kind of look to it, and in fact, if you look there at the bottom, it says that the packaging is BPA free and that it contains recycled paperboard. Alright, so out of the packaging here, you can certainly see that the dinosaur leans way forward. In fact, it's using its right arm and perhaps its left claw there on its pinky finger in order to support itself. From what I've read online with the older Battat figures, this was a common issue, particularly with this Acrocanthosaurus. So it certainly is not something that I like to see, but given the fact that this may very well be a 20-year-old figure that was recently repainted and repackaged, it is a little more understandable in a way that I would kind of say that this dinosaur in a way gets a pass, so to speak. I wouldn't say that about newer dinosaurs, of course, because newer dinosaurs, newer toys should be made in order to be able to stand. Something like this is certainly an exception to that rule. Now, if you can get past the fact that it does not stand up properly, it's actually not a bad looking dinosaur, especially for the price. It has some pretty nice sculpt work in it, and I actually quite like the coloration of this particular dinosaur. Give you a close-up of the head. As you can see, it's pretty nicely sculpted. There is quite a bit of detail in its skin. You can certainly see lots of lines, lots of creasing. It certainly looks quite good. The eye looks pretty nice, pretty organic. The teeth look a little bit blunt, but they look pretty nice overall. You do get a little bit of detail there in the mouth area, a little bit of definition there to the tongue. Not much, but there is some. Take a look at the roof of the mouth. Not a whole lot to be seen there. Pretty simplistic. Other side of the head. It really doesn't look that bad. I mean, it certainly does look like a toy, which it is, and it certainly is something that was sculpted 20 years ago. So like I said, I don't hold it to the same standards that I would something like a Papo dinosaur. It looks pretty good considering those factors. Pretty good level of detail on there. Again, I really do like the coloring. I really like this deep jungle green sort of coloring that it has there. I think it contrasts very nicely with this more minty green type coloring that it has on the underside. The rest of the body looks pretty nice. You can certainly see the texturing and level of detail that went into sculpting it. The arms look quite good on both sides. Of course, the right one is kind of curved underneath it, but certainly some nice texturing in there. The legs look pretty good. The feet, similar to the T-Rex, they're just pretty flat on bottom. And but there's still some pretty nice muscle tone and level of detail that's in there. The tail also looks pretty nice. It's pretty nice and lengthy. Got a really nice shape to it. Might be a little bit on the skinny side, perhaps, but it looks quite good overall. Now, there's no articulation here, and of course, if you want to stand it up, it is going to lean on its hand. One thing that I did find a bit disappointing is there are 3 twist ties holding this dinosaur in the box, and if you look at the legs, you can kind of see like a scar right there from where it was being held. You can see a little line right there below my fingernail, showing you, that it was a little bit too tight, and you can kind of see that on the other leg as well. There's a little bit of like line right there from where it was being held. So kind of a bummer. I think that, Terra needs to be a little bit more careful with that, because as it is, it's a very pliable and rubbery dinosaur, as you know. So, I think they certainly need to be a little more watchful in the future of, packaging these dinosaurs, because of course we don't want them to become damaged before we even get them out of the packaging. And I'll give you a comparison here of the Terra by Battat T-Rex along with the Acrocanthosaurus. I certainly prefer the T-Rex. I think that it is a little bit more realistic and a little bit more detailed. But the Acro isn't too bad. Again, I think it takes a certain level of understanding the situation with these dinosaurs in order to appreciate them. If you're going to the store and saying, hey, okay, I'm going to pick up a $10 toy, it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to stand properly, it's not going to be quite that detailed compared to newer dinosaurs, then I think you will like them. But if you go into the store expecting something like a Papu dinosaur, you're certainly going to be disappointed here. Both of these dinosaurs do cost $9.99. I do feel that for the T-Rex, it was a really, really good deal. The Acro, it's still pretty good. I mean, I think it's worth $10, but I do prefer the T-Rex for sure. Not only is it a nicer dinosaur, but it's also a larger dinosaur. And when you think about the fact that they're the same price, it kind of almost feels like the Acro should have been, a little bit less expensive than the T-Rex. But like I said, the Acro is certainly worth $10, and the T-Rex is a really good deal at $10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Terra by Battat Dan LoRuso collection, Acrocanthosaurus. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent dinosaur, considering its age and the circumstances around this particular release. I think it's a pretty good offering at $10. If you're accustomed to and expect higher detailed dinosaurs, then this might not be your cup of tea, but a lot of collectors are quite excited that something like this, which previously on the secondary market was very, very expensive for the original version, is back in stores again with a new paint scheme, but at a very reasonable price. If you're one of those collectors, then I think you are certainly going to want to have this in your collection. All right, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this Acrocanthosaurus down in the comments. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.